As of this recording, Street Fighter 6 was announced 2 days ago. The teaser trailer was cool, but didn't show too much off. The main focus of it was to let us know that the new game will be in the incredible RE engine and to show off their amazing new muscle technology. Despite how little was actually shown, the teaser still did a great job at hyping up both myself and many others online. Nothing gets the old theory craft and brain juices flowing like hype. And when it comes to fighting games and theory crafting, the roster is almost always front and foremost. And that's exactly what I'm here to do today. This is my prediction for the Street Fighter 6 roster. Since we know so little about the game, do keep in mind that all of this is pretty much just guessing, but I'll try my best to justify most of my choices. Oh, and as always, remember that this is only my opinion. I'm not some Capcom puppet master. I have no idea who will actually be in the game. So if I don't have your favorite character in my prediction, don't sweat it. There's always a chance they'll get in. Without further ado, let's get on with it. First off, let's talk roster size. Street Fighter V's starting roster was embarrassingly small, having only 16 characters on launch. It felt like a lot was missing, and that's because there was. I don't think 6 will have a crazy large base roster, like a King of Fighters game or something, but they absolutely need more on launch than 5 did. I think 25 characters is a good starting number for Street Fighter. It's a nice middle ground, I feel. Of those 25, I think 20 should be returning characters, and 5 should be brand new ones. For the returning characters, let's start with the Street Fighter II World Warriors. A lot of these are kind of a given due to how iconic they are. Right off the bat, we all know Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, and Cammy are going to be in this game. We saw Ryu in the teaser, and a modern Street Fighter not having Ken, Chun-Li, and Cammy is just completely nonsensical. It'll never happen. After that, I think the other 3 Street Fighter II characters to return will be Zangief, Balrog, and Akuma. Zangief is the absolute perfect character to show off the brand new muscle technology. The character is going to look amazing with all that fancy new RE engine tech. Plus, he's the classic go-to Street Fighter grappler. Balrog is the only Shadowloo King I think will return on launch, only because of his ties to Ed. It seems like Ed will be a big character moving forward, and Balrog is basically like his adopted father, so I feel like wherever Ed goes, so too will Balrog. Sagat could also fill this spot, but I personally am leaning more towards Balrog. Whichever one doesn't make it on launch will just be DLC later on. Moving on to Street Fighter 3, I believe we'll see 4 characters return from the game. Alex is a no-brainer to me. For those unaware, we are currently post Third Strike in the Street Fighter timeline. Street Fighter V was officially confirmed a few months ago now by game director Takayuki Nakayama to have gone past Street Fighter 3 Third Strike in the timeline. I'll link a good video talking about that in the description. So I feel like it's only natural that we'd have Alex, allowing us to see what he's been up to after taking down Gil. Not only that, but he also fits well into the new generation versus old generation theme, seeing as he was the original representative of the new generation and all. Second, we have my boy Sean. Another new generation rep, he was teased all throughout Street Fighter V. It's time we finally have him back, Capcom. I'm tired of waiting. Not much else to say about that. Sean's just sick. Next up, I'd love to see how our boy Urien has been holding up. In Street Fighter 3, Urien got massively outplayed by Gil in the story, but ultimately came out the other side of the whole ordeal in a much better position than Gil. I'd love to see what's been going on with the character after the fall of the Illuminati, and more importantly to him, after the fall of Gil. Not only that, but Urien is the second best character after Zangief to show off the new muscle technology. The dude is literally built like a Greek god. His banana hammock dick physics better go crazy in Street Fighter 6.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Finally, the 4th Street Fighter 3 character is... Remy! Wait, don't click off the video. Let me explain. Now, it seems like Capcom is setting the stage for Luke to be the new poster boy of Street Fighter, and every poster boy needs his rival. Luke was taught the way of the sonic boom from Guile, and I think that's super cool, because Luke made it his own. However, I think it's also important to have a more traditional Sonic Boom character in the game, and I think that should be Remy. And I think Remy should take up the mantle of Luke's rival. We barely know anything about Remy, but we do know his Sonic moves look a lot like Charlie's, or Nash as he's known in Street Fighter V. So I think it would be really cool if we find out that at some point Remy learns the Sonic Boom fighting style from Charlie, as Luke learned it from Guile. Not only that, but I think the contrast between their use of the style would be incredibly interesting. Luke took his fighting style and made it his own, while Remy took the same fighting style and mastered what was taught to him. Both the characters taking the same style to two different extremes. Like I said, I think this could be incredibly interesting if done well. And while I like Remy, I don't think many others do, so this could make him a much more likable character to more people. Come on, Capcom, it's a super cool idea, just roll with it. I only have one Street Fighter 4 character coming back. It's Jerry. You knew it was Jerry. You know she's coming back. I don't even need to say why. Alright, moving on. I'm joking. I actually have two Street Fighter 4 characters I think are coming back. The second being Seth. I think the story they set up of Seth, just being this crazed, psycho-powered robot roaming around, haunted by his past in almost a literal sense, is incredibly interesting. And that, alongside his design and gameplay changes, were very well received among fans, making him shift from being the lamest boss character in the series to being a candidate for one of the coolest. I really hope we see Seth return. Finally, we're at Street Fighter V. First up, Rashid. I know people hate fighting him, but he's still pretty popular personality-wise, and he's pretty much the face of Street Fighter V newcomers. I don't think too many people will be surprised or disappointed with his return. I've already sort of spoiled this next one earlier in the video, so I don't think anyone will be surprised when I say I think Ed is coming back. Like I said, it really seems like they're setting up Ed to be a big force in the world of Street Fighter with this whole Neo Shadaloo organization. And I mean, it's cool. I don't personally care about Ed or Neo Shadaloo, but I think it's still cool, and he'll probably be back. Following Ed, we have Menat. Not only another great new generation character, but she's also extremely popular. I mean, people love Menat. I think it's safe to say she's the most popular Street Fighter V newcomer, and it's pretty obvious why. Capcom will definitely be bringing her back. And last but not least, we've got the main man, president of the world, G. Now again, this is most likely no surprise. SF5 seemed to be pushing G pretty heavily. I mean, they even painted the entire game gold for him. If I had to guess, he'll probably be the villain of Street Fighter 6, as that seems to be what they hinted at a lot in Street Fighter V. Either way, I don't think anyone will complain about him being in. Maybe the Q fans, but hey, G is pretty much Q, let's be real here. You've probably noticed I've only mentioned 17 of the 20 characters I think will be returning, and that's because I'm pretty sure we already know the other 3. See, Luke was intended to be a teaser for Street Fighter 6, but I don't think it was just Luke who was the teaser. Season 5 of Street Fighter V was never supposed to happen, and only did happen because of the troubled development Street Fighter 6 has had. I think to fill up some empty space, the team took 5 Street Fighter 6 characters who they believed worked best as teasers and put them into Street Fighter V as its 5th season. So, the last 3 characters returning from previous titles? Well, I think they're Dan, Rose, and Oro. Now, let's discuss the 5 new characters. Continuing off of what I was just talking about, I would consider Luke and Akira to be the 2 new Street Fighter 6 representatives. Again, with their inclusion in 5 simply being a teaser for Street Fighter 6. As for the other 3 newcomers, well, we could get Monkey?
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure, honestly. It could be characters we've seen before previously in Street Fighter, characters from other Capcom properties, or just characters completely new to the series. I personally would love to see the Neo Shadowloo Monkey, Mike Hager, and screw it, make the last one a crossover character like Terry Bogard or Kazuya. That'd be cool. I'll briefly touch on some honorable mentions. As much as I like Sakura and would love for her to be in the same game as Sean, I feel as if Luke already fills her role in this game. I think Vega and DeCapre also have a place in the game, as they're somewhat needed to develop Cammy's story, but I didn't feel as if they were important enough in Street Fighter 6 specifically to snag a spot from anyone else on my prediction list. Damn you, Capcom, for giving DeCapre a brand new design and model on Street Fighter 5, and then just never adding her. Come on, man, that's such a dick move. I don't think Laura is needed in this game with our boy Sean returning, and I feel as though they'll take a break from Final Fight at least for the launch roster of Street Fighter 6, seeing as though Street Fighter 5 was loaded with Final Fight characters. I loved it, but I understand some did not. That being said, I think every one of these honorable mentions are likely candidates for DLC later on, and I'd be excited for all of them. Now, let's look at the full roster. Damn, that's a good looking roster if you ask me. I feel like a lot of people would be happy with this too, but I guess you could say I'm a little biased in saying that. Anyway, I think that about wraps this up. This is really fun to make. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you liked what you saw, and leave a comment down below telling me your own roster predictions. I can't wait to see what other people come up with. Anyway, that's all for now. Have a good one.